drive me crazy.
Thank you, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Fellow Toastmasters, I'm gonna show you the easiest and best way to dominate every conversation. You all know there are many different conversation styles. People will have some aggressive conversation style. Somebody is so passive. Somebody is more supportive. And there are hundreds of them, depending on how you see them. But I have found out one key to rule them all. I know you are not gullible. 1 point, please. So I'm going to show you what I have conquered in my journey to reach this greatness to be the expert in communication. But before that, I want to see how many of you consider yourself an expert. Raise your hand if you consider yourself an expert. Expert in communication. Yes, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. For those of you who are not, so let me ask you, Nadia, how many years have you know how to speak, roughly? Over 20 years, right? Okay. All right, okay. That's a good start. That's a good start, over 20 years, right? Oh, well, we have like someone younger. How many years have you learned how to speak? Over 20 years? Ah, another over 20 years. That's good. So we have a good start. So let me show you all the challenges that I have encountered in my life as a communicator and see if all of you can relate. First, my challenge is my daughter, Michelle, my first one. I call her is the Minnie Mouse car because once I know how to push the button, the right button, she will just go cruising on. I just sit back and relax. She has the wisdom. She has great analytical skill. I wonder where she got it from. Maybe her dad. But one day, I introduced her to a book called Seven Habits of Highly Successful People. And there's a chapter there that says, seek to understand to be understood. After she read the book, once in a while we discuss those topics. And one day, I said like, maybe I'm gonna do a pop quiz on her, a test. I had a speech that was not fully developed. I just said, hey, I need your feedback. Can you give me feedback on this? She said, sure, Daddy. I read the speech and I said like, what do you think? She looked at me, she pondered a little bit and she said, okay, Daddy, I want to hear what you think first. And I was so in love with her again. It's like, wow, look at that, so amazing. She tried to understand my feeling and my thoughts before she jumped in. But of course, her style is very easy to deal with. So how many of you have dealt with those kind of people? Yeah, so are very easy and just connect with you directly. Now, the second challenge is my second daughter, Megan. I call her the stop and go style. The first, it stop. The first, it stop. The first, a little bit, it depends on how much you push. You have to keep tapping. And that's her communication style. What I mean by that is she will just answer things straightforward and simple. And after a while, going back and stop and go, I got tired. I was like, okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. We'll talk again tomorrow. So how many of you have encountered that situation during your networking or things like that? You want to make a good conversation, but it just It's not flowing. Now, that's part one, the moment you all been waiting for. I call it the final boss. The final boss, I'm not gonna name names, but the clue is the final boss wear a bling on the ring finger. She is the authority, the police car. They will just run you over with the flash, with siren blaring on your ears. And most of the conversation start with, I didn't do it. What did I do? It's tough. It's tough when you have that authority. So now, I told you that I'm going to be telling you one key. Out of those three, what can you do? To make it simple, that's only one key. What I've learned is the final boss is actually not my wife. It was the voice inside me. I was thinking, oh, this person sucks. I don't want to talk to this. Or I'm making assumption, oh, he doesn't know or she doesn't know what she's talking about, without listening to the whole conversation. And to be an expert, just to be clear, to be an expert doesn't mean you don't make any mistake. Thomas Edison has a famous quote that says, I didn't fail. I invented 10,000 ways that's not working. He is a good communicator and a good inventor because he was able to process that and make it a lesson. Before I leave, now, one more challenge for all of you. As a good communicator, we don't just focus on our verbal language, but also nonverbal. So now, look at the people around you and show them that you are excited to be here without a voice. How do you do that? Let's go!
Great job, Donnie. Thank you. Fun, memorable, and insightful. Okay, you'll take